Hello, I'm Yannick van Doorne and I want to show you how you can increase dramatically the survival rate of your beehives over the winter with electroculture techniques. It's not a solution for everything, but it will really improve a lot the survival rate, the resistance against frost, the resistance against the pests like varroa mite and other problems we can have with beehives. So it's above the classic good techniques of beehive management naturally. You can use some electroculture techniques with it, and really it can improve a lot. So what I will show you here is a beehive, empty beehive. I will show you different techniques you can do that can increase a lot the survival rate, to improve, to give you the best chances for your beehives over the winter and also in the year. So there is one thing you can use, is the Lakowski coil. So it's an oscillation circuit that will capture the electromagnetic radio waves, the natural electromagnetic radio waves, and that will amplify it inside. So it's a mini radio oscillator, and this will also has the effect to improve a lot the health of the beehives, also for people. And so that you can put on the south side of the beehive. So if you look with a compass, like you see here, if you look with a compass, like you see here, I will put preferably my beehive from south to north. If it's in another direction, then you cannot really use this one. But if it's south to north, then you can put the oscillation circuit at the south side of your beehive, like this, with the opening at the bottom, and then it will radiate the good energies all over the beehives in the middle, around in the middle. And this works really very well. You can also, in place of this, you can also use like a slim spurling circle. It's something different as the oscillation circuit. Here it's a circle at a royal cubit length, a royal cubit slim spurling circle in copper. And this works also very good, and you can also put it if you want, or choose one or the other. And this will also radiate in the circle. This is more energetically. It's here there are no radio waves involved, or not that we know, but it seems to work also very well. It's very mysterious, but it seems to work. What we also can do is to put a magnet on the south side and on the north side. And then I use like little magnets like this, you see, and you put the north pole of the magnet to the north of the Earth, to the geographic north of the Earth, if you can. If you cannot specially put it in the same direction, then you just put it on the beehive, even in other directions, and it will also amplify the energy of the beehive. Even if it's in other direction, it will work too, because it will create like a magnetic bubble that will protect the beehive against external electromagnetic pollution. So we have seen that a lot of beekeepers in France, in the US, have observed that when they put magnets on the beehives, the bee population is more active, is also more resistant to cold. We have observed that bees begin to work even a few degrees below normal. So that's very interesting. It's like they have more energy. So then we put a magnet on the south and one on the other side, if you can, or even east-west, it will also work. But if you can put it in harmony with the Earth magnetic field, is even better. So you find those magnets also on my web shop, and also all those other oscillation circuits and Lakowski coils you can find on my web shop. So if you want to support my work about electroculture, go to my web shop and look if there is something interesting for you. So what you can also do is to put a copper band at the entrance. So if they are still active, the bees will walk on the copper, and they will they will stick some copper ions on their body, and they will bring copper ions inside. And copper is a very good product that is antifungal, antibacterial, so it will protect against disease in general. Also against the varroa mite, doesn't like so much copper. It's not a 100% solution against varroa mite, but it can really improve a lot the beehive. What we can also do, that's more experimental, it's to put a pyramid on the beehive, on top of the beehive. And this will radiate energy all below the beehive, in the beehive, and this will also increase the life energy and the harmony in the beehive. This is very interesting, to increase the vital force, the life energy. There are a lot of scientific experiments and observations about the influence of copper pyramids on living organisms, and it seems to work also very well on beehives, on the bees. So this can help a lot. This is naturally useful if your beehive rooftop is flat. Then you can put, if it's not flat, it's more difficult to use this technique. You can also use the paramagnetic cone. The paramagnetic cone works also very well. This will also come in resonance with the Earth's electromagnetic energies, like the Schumann waves and so on, with paramagnetism, like we learn in the research of Phil Callahan. That is an expert in paramagnetism, and that showed the very good effects on paramagnetism also against on the effect of natural rocks that are naturally paramagnetic, like a basalt rock or some rocks from volcanoes that we have used to make this cone. Like here I used basalt. He has shown that this is very good against electromagnetic pollution. And I believe that a lot of beehive collapse, bee population collapse, comes from the electromagnetic pollution, because the electromagnetic pollution disturbs a lot the insects. Not only the bees, also a lot of other insects. And we need really to protect the bees from electromagnetic pollution. I will make another video about this to go more profound in that subject, because there's a lot of things to say, and there are now also a lot of science studies that shows the negative effect on the bee populations because of the electromagnetic pollution. So it's scientific even. Well, with paramagnetic cones or also some basalt rock, you can protect living organisms from electromagnetic pollution. Not 100%, but it will help, it will improve their health. They will lose less energy, because of the electromagnetic pollution. So this will help because it will absorb a part of the electromagnetic pollution and harmonize it and transform it in positive energy, in good electromagnetic waves. So that you can also put on the beehive. This is very complementary. Those techniques, the paramagnetic cone, the pyramid, the slim Sperling circuit, the Lakowski coil, the copper band, all those techniques are very complementary, so or have complementary effect. If you use several techniques all together, you will have even more results than if you use only one technique, because they have all different effects. They improve different pieces of the electromagnetic spectrum, or the energetic spectrum that we want to improve for the bees and for the beehive. So very interesting. There are a lot of things to show, to say about beehive, but if you use already just the magnets, you have to know in certain studies they discovered 50% less bee collapse, bee population collapse, or beehive collapse just by using magnets above all other techniques. So if we have a control group and another group with magnets, we have 50% less beehive collapse. So it's very interesting. The copper band, that I knew from a beekeeper from Bretagne in France, that told me that since he used the copper on the entrance of his beehive, he has no varroa problems anymore. I've tested it since several years, and a lot of my customers too. I would not say that it will be a 100% solution, but it improves. It improves globally, not always, but generally it improves. So it's very interesting. It's all those little things together that we can do with electroculture techniques to improve the bees and the bee survival rate over the winter and over the year. So if you have also other ideas or other techniques that you already tested that works very well in the electroculture field, about electricity, magnetism and their influences on the bees, let me know so I can share it all around, and it can help everybody, all the beekeepers, to improve their bee populations. So it's very important. So if you want to support my work, you can subscribe to the channel. It's very important, and also you can also comment and share your knowledge, share your questions about all this. If you also already tested some of those techniques, please share also your testimonial in the comments. That can help us all together to improve and to learn and to discover how it works. Thank you very much. Come and look a little closer. So here you see we can put, to make it more easy, we can put 2 screws, and so we just have to put the Lakowski coil around. That's possible. Here I put a screw for the magnet, very easy, and here I just stick the copper band on the entrance, so the bees can go in and out on the copper, and this works very well. And one time a year you clean it, just one time a year, and it works very well. I want to show you, I want to show you some other trick that can be very interesting. In electroculture, there is a technique where you have a magnet connected with a galvanized steel wire, north-south. And when you put the magnet on the south side and the galvanized steel wire to the north, then all plants have the tendency to grow a lot better. It shows like around 30–50% more growth, so it's huge. It's a big difference just with a magnet, with my cylindrical magnetic antenna you find also in my web shop and in my videos, and the galvanized steel wire. And this makes me think to something, is that when we look inside a beehive, and you look at this, well, here you have the wires, and in most cases it's stainless steel, but sometimes just galvanized steel it can be. But even stainless steel, there are some stainless steel that is ferromagnetic, and so it will naturally magnetize it with the earth magnetic field, and so this will also help to create a magnetic bubble around the beehive. And the bees need magnetism. All living organisms on planet Earth need the earth magnetism, and the earth magnetism, when it's more intense, a little more intense, then all living organisms mostly have better health and grow better and live better and are more resistant. And depending where you are on Earth or the place, it can be that your place has like 10% more magnetism than another place, or less. Well, this will influence a lot the growth and the energies of the bee too. Well, here it can be an idea that when you have like wires like this in your beehive, that you put it north-south, because then it will magnetize it naturally with the earth magnetic field, and it will create a natural magnetic bubble that is very interesting. So that you cannot do when your wire, an example here, when the wires are like vertical, when the wires are vertical, you cannot do that. But when the wires are horizontal, then you can do this, and you can then optimize, improve the magnetic field of your beehive by putting north-south. So it's very interesting. You can also put the wires, galvanized iron wires, just on those plates, or in the beehive to improve even. But then you have to orient it north-south. So I hope it was interesting for you, and till next video, bye bye. Thank you very much, everybody.